Well, yeah. This concept of me being crazy, yes, that the family's used for the last 7 years, 5 months, and approximately 10 days, yeah, I'm not crazy. The sooner you come to that realization, the sooner it is that you'll enforce the laws. Now, I was arrested on Guam. Heidi made up a story of domestic violence and child abuse. Yes. Somebody convinced her and numerous other persons to participate in what's known as shows. Yes. You turn the judicial system of the United States into a big show. Now, the problem is that when you issue court orders where there is no signature of the petitioner, yeah, no penalty of perjury. Someone can't step in and say, well, I have on me the B of Heidi. Yes. As if you don't have to appear in court as the actual petitioner. It's a requirement of law. Now, your shows, yeah, they broke the judicial system of the United States. Now, these banks, yeah, they all have alarm systems, and I think that a lot of alarm systems went off last night when the power went off. So get me all the banks, and then get me their wireless alarm systems, yes, and then find out what satellites were connected. Now, this whole idea of foreclosures, yes. The problems with home mortgages grew as the economic crisis continued. Yes. Banks foreclosed, took property back because the borrower had not kept up payments on a record number of homes from 2009 to 2010. Yeah. And then in late 2010, judges began to discover that banks had kept faulty records on many mortgage loans. 2012, state attorney generals and several federal agencies negotiated $26 billion settlement over alleged foreclosure abuses with five major banks. Oh. Ally Bank, Bank of America, Citigroup, JP Morgan Chase, and Wells Fargo. Then in 2013, federal regulators negotiated an $8.5 billion foreclosure settlement with a number of other banks. Yes. These settlements that the federal agencies have been negotiating, yes, yeah, yeah, about some faulty loans that they had. I actually experienced a foreclosure when we bought a house in Vancouver. Yes, where I bought that house so that Jessica could go to the Washington State School for the Blind. Yeah. And then Heidi and myself, we left that house. We moved to Airway Heights. Yes. We lived there for 10 months. Yes. And then we moved to Guam. Yes, we did. And then Heidi abducted my sons on July 2nd of 2011, kidnapped them, poached, ran into this court, and you issued a protection order where I did not get any notice, yes, or opportunity to be heard. Now I want custody of my sons. Do you understand? And I think that there could be some wireless systems that became operational. Yes, yesterday when the power went out. So I want to know each and every bank of the United States of America, how are you? Now, when you issued a protection order in 2011, yes, I wasn't a resident of the state of Washington. And then when you arrested me for the allegation of violating the protection order in 2012, yes, I didn't violate it. Yes, I was found not guilty. But you reissued it while I was on trial for violating the fraudulent protection order that you issued in 2011. Now, you're going to have to remove your fraud. Yes. And then I'm going to get my sons. And then you're going to give me my victims' resources, aren't you? Now, I just want to know of all the alarm systems in this county, yes, how many of them went from the electric grid, yes, as in wired in, to wireless? Now, I talked to you a couple of days ago about this whole idea of the radar antenna. Oh, I just want to know these wireless systems that connect to satellites of large corporations. Yes, I think there's some design flaws in different types of satellites, and I don't know exactly the patenting necessary to, well, manufacture and sell a commercial satellite. Yes, but I wanted the patents on each and every satellite that happens to be in operation for the last 50 years. And then I wanted to know, does the patent office just look through all the patents of each and every satellite owned by each corporation that was told that, no, this is a wireless satellite. It doesn't really do anything to people. Somebody, yes, has been manufacturing satellites, yes, that have not been tested, yes, for their safety, among human uses. Yes, yes, yes. Now, I know you're Boeing, Lockheed Martin, you're Microsoft, yes, you're a subsidiary of a large corporation. And a bank approaches you and says, well, we need to have a battery backup system that if the power goes out, yes, we can remotely monitor the bank, yes, to make sure that nothing happens. Well, you went to designing, didn't you? And the thought was, well, we know that from 15,000 miles away, yes, space, that if the power went out, you'd be able to know if somebody broke into the vault. Oh. Now, the thought is, well, exactly what does that do to the brains of those that are employees? I don't think there's been a lot of testing on these satellites that have been sold to corporations. And my thought is I can sue each and every corporation for purchasing a satellite, yes, that affects the thoughts of any and all of those that are actual citizens of the United States. Then I can sue the manufacturer that has the patent or does it. You did patent every satellite.